Good evening. This is Kathy Beatty with Divorce Support Anonymous, stepping into your Friday evening for just a few moments to give you some encouragement, some tools, some techniques, realizing you are going through one of the biggest events of your life if you're going through divorce, and you should not go through it alone. And that's why I'm here, is to help assist you and to guide you and to give you hope and to let you know you are going to make it through this. And I know that there are moments that you don't feel that. And there are moments that you don't even believe that. I know that because I worked with people for the past 20 years, hundreds of men and women going through the trauma of divorce. I'm in the middle of a group right now, and stay posted to my Facebook page, and I will be posting some the next session, group session, and then also building your life after divorce session. So those are coming up, but right now I'm in the thick of it with a wonderful group, a relatively small group, and that's okay. The smaller, the better, so that we can help each other process through. I facilitate. I really watch God work as he uses other people, as the group starts to support each other. And it's really a beautiful process to behold, even though it's very, very difficult, as you well know. And you are going through a trauma. And I don't know if you realize that, or if you have allowed yourself to admit that you are going through a trauma, but you are. And those who say, oh, it's a crisis, I don't know if it's a trauma, have never been through divorce. I promise you. So that just helps us to know that we've got to have some self-care. We have to take care of ourselves as we're going through this process. Self-care is vitally important, but that's not what I'm going to talk about tonight. Well, maybe it is a little bit, because I'm going to talk about being overwhelmed in divorce. And there are those moments. Even if your divorce is somewhat amicable, even though those are very, very rare, there are still anxious moments and times when you just freeze because you were overwhelmed and don't know what direction to go, what decision to make, what crisis that needs to be dealt with. Is it the kids? Is it the bills? Is it my job that I'm trying to function at? Is it him or her? Is it the family, the in-laws? There are just so many things coming at us that it's very easy and understandable that we would get overwhelmed. So I want to talk about that tonight and I think I got five or six points that I want to make tonight. One of them is, number one, your body is overwhelmed as well as your mind and heart. Think about this. We think of our emotions, we think about our mind, but our whole being, our whole body is affected by this trauma. So our frontal cortex has shut down. We're on fight, flight, or freeze, and we are trying to survive. We are clawing to survive. Our bodies are trying to survive, and our minds and our hearts. So what do we do with this? We breathe. We take deep breaths. We slow ourselves down. We take those thoughts and say, okay, hold on. Wait just a minute. Let me breathe. Let me think. Let me calm myself. Let me regulate myself. And that quite often can mean talking to yourself as you go through this overwhelm. I know for me, I talk to myself. I talked every foot. There were days when I would talk every step of the way. Can you put your foot out of bed? Can you go and get the kids ready for school? I would talk to myself that elementary. Why? Because I was overwhelmed and I had to help myself to function. And realizing this is all of us. It's our body, it's our mind, it's our spirit. So those deep breaths help us engage our frontal cortex, help us engage our brain, help us to think clearer, because when we are anxious, we breathe really shallow. And so we're not able to think as clearly as if we were getting enough oxygen to our brain. So realize that this is our entire being that is affected by this, our body, our mind, and our soul. Breathe, 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 and talk to yourself. So that what you're going into is dysregulation. You are not regulated. That means your body is not at homeostasis. It's not at its regular functioning capability. So, how do I regulate? How do I get myself to where I can think and act and be? How do I do that? Again, we're going to look at our entire body and we're going to say, I'm going to breathe. I'm going to take those deep breaths. I'm going to realize I am dysregulated. I am freaking out, which is another word for dysregulated. I am freaking out here. I need to calm myself before I can calm the kids, before I can do anything. I've got to regulate. I've got to calm myself, take control of myself. Okay? And this is something that is really important. We have to regulate. We're helping ourselves and we are being compassionate to ourselves when we are talking ourselves through and getting ourselves regulated and ready to move forward, to respond to the kids, to go into work, to go get the groceries, whatever it is. We have to learn to regulate ourselves. Maybe this is calling a friend. Maybe this is calling your therapist and saying, I am not doing well right now. I am so dysregulated. I am freaking out. I am so anxious. I'm so overwhelmed. I cannot function. Have a plan. Have a plan. Not only the breathing, the talking to yourself, perhaps it's necessary to phone a friend or to stop, go into a closet perhaps, or the bathroom or somewhere private and just pray. I know for me, I have had periods of time when I would say, God, just hold me. I could not pray a lot of words. I could not ask a lot. I just knew that I was going into overwhelm and I had to stop, pause, and say, God, just please hold me. And he most beautifully did. So don't forget, and this is one of our points, that you're not alone going through this. That those are ways in which you can regulate yourself. You were never meant to live life alone. You were never meant to go through this alone. We can see things as we're going through this trauma bigger than they are. Now, I'm not minimizing what you're going through when you are in overwhelm. You have a reason, good reason for going into overwhelm. But we also can make it bigger and not manageable. It's all manageable, a bite at a time. And we're going to talk about that next. So we have to say, okay, what's really happening here? Am I seeing this in an honest, truthful way of what's really happening? Or is my fear and imagination and dysregulation causing this to be bigger than it really is? So again, we're going to talk ourselves through this. We're going to talk with a friend. We're going to phone a friend and ask, say, I just need to talk. I just need to sort through this. Tell me what I'm thinking, if I'm thinking correctly, or if I'm seeing it bigger and worse than it really is. That's really helpful for us to do that. And that's one of the issues with isolation. When we isolate, when we pull back and isolate, the only voice that we're hearing is our own. And that could be full of a lot of misinformation and lies and shame and blame and all kinds of ugly things. So that's why we do need to have a plan to reach out, to connect with people, to talk with people. You cannot do this alone. I know that there's a lot of shame that you're feeling, a lot of pain that you're going through, and you don't want to share it with anyone. You think, I just want to handle this on my own. Friend, you can't. I wish you could, but you just can't. You are too raw. You are too hurting. You are too needing right now. Take small bites. I always tell in my groups, don't try to climb mountains, just manage the speed bumps. Take it short, small bites. Don't try to do things perfectly or full force of what you were able to do maybe 3 months ago when your family was together. Take small bites. In fact, you can put that on a bumper sticker or a Post-it note on your bathroom mirror to remind yourself, do not, and this is something I tell my group too, do not look too far down the road because it will paralyze you. You have to, one step at a time, 1 hour at a time sometimes, take small bites. And I know there's a lot coming at you. And so you can ask yourself, okay, what do I need? What do I need to do in the next hour? What's really important for me to do the next hour? That's what I'm going to think about, and that's what I'm going to focus on. Again, do you hear how I'm talking to myself? That's exactly what can help you in getting through these times of overwhelm. And then I want you to look at the past successes that you have accomplished. You have done some really hard things in your life. Maybe not as overwhelming as this is, but some really hard things, and you can do it again. You have survived every other obstacle, and you will survive this one. Even though it's huge, it's disorienting, it's painful, it's overwhelming. But you have done it before, and you will do it again. Be encouraged. And you are not alone. You may think, you may feel, you may act, but you are not alone. Because there are other people, and that's why group is so important. You need to hear other people sorting through their stuff because you realize, oh my word, that's me too. That's me too. I feel that exact same way, but I could not put it into words. You're not alone. You're not the only one that's gone through this. You won't be the only one to go through this. You're not alone. Of course, there are those scriptures, and there are many. So I have a few here that I think are really important, and I would encourage you really just to look them up. And again, put them on Post-it notes, put them on your bathroom mirror. Throw all your anxiety onto him because he cares for you. All of it, not part of it. All of your fears, all of your shame, all of your blame, all of your worries, all of your prayers for the kids. Throw all your anxiety. He doesn't say carefully bring it, place it. He says throw it. It takes energy to cast it away from you. Throw all your anxiety onto him because he cares for you. When my anxieties multiply, your comforting calms me down. I love that. When my anxieties multiply, and they do, and they will, your God's comforting calms me down. Make your deep breaths prayers. Lord, hold me. Lord, help me. Lord, be near me. Who among you, these are the words of Jesus, who among you by worrying can add a single moment to your life? Your anxiety, your worrying really has no benefit to you. It doesn't add a single moment to your life. It doesn't help any of your problems. It really just makes you stuck because you can't move forward. Now, here's a tricky one, and I know that you're saying, wait a minute, don't tell me, just don't be anxious. But that's exactly what God does. In other words, he's saying, I can handle this. If you allow me to, if you will let me into your situation in your life, I will handle this. And so he tells us, do not be anxious about anything. Rather, bring up all of your requests to God in prayers and petitions, along with giving thanks. Do not be anxious about anything. Rather, bring up all of your requests to God in your prayers and petitions, along with giving thanks. And you may say, what in the world would I give thanks for in this situation? I will tell you, because going through this trial is going to make you, if you allow it, is going to make you a stronger and even better person. How do I know that? I've seen it over the past 20 years. Like I tell my group, I know I say that a lot, sorry. Like I tell my group, you'll never hear the words, I'm going through a divorce the same again, because you will get it to the core of your body. It will be another gut punch when someone says, I'm going through divorce, because you will get it. And you will have more compassion for this person going through divorce and everyone else around you because of the trenches you have gone through. This is not in vain. What you are going through is not in vain. Do not throw away this precious, difficult, painful, traumatic growth opportunity that you have in front of you. It's not in vain unless you waste this time. This is a painful time, but it is equally a powerful time in how you use this to grow, to become the person even more refined, profound than you've ever been in the past. I honestly believe that because I've seen it. Quick repeat, our body's overwhelmed. Breathe. How do you regulate yourself? You breathe. You realize when you're dysregulated. You talk to yourself if necessary, or reach out for a friend. How can we can see things bigger than they are because we are overwhelmed and everything seems bigger sometimes. I'm not minimizing what you're going through. Take small bites. Take small bites. As the old adage is, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Look at past successes. You can do this again. You can do this. You've got this. You've got this. You're not alone. You're not alone. And I'm here if you need someone to talk with, if you need some guidance. I do divorce coaching. I do support groups. I'm also a mediator. Don't go through this alone. You were never meant to go through this alone. I hope these tips will be remembered the next time you go into overwhelm. I'm not going to say if, I'm going to say when you go into overwhelm. Remember them, keep them handy, write the verses, put it on your bathroom mirror, take small bites, put it on your bathroom mirror. This is Kathy Beatty with Divorce Support Anonymous, walking with you every step of the way through the trauma and after the trauma of divorce. Have a good evening. Good night.